our perspective on this presentation is to share with you our process of from a social initiative to become a national policy. So this is the perspective of our small presentation. We will start, if you don't mind, with a small video just to have a sense of our work. So, of course, so can you see it?
Yes, yes, it's
Okay.
okay.
So it's just 3 minutes video. There are a few words in Portuguese, not so important, they are a bit poetic. I hope you enjoy it.
Levanta a cabeça, a vida passa e não podes ficar a ver. Encara os teus medos, a vida não é só perder. Levanta a cabeça, a vida passa e não podes ficar a ver. Sai da sombra e não deixes a tua alma escurecer.
Tua vida, muitos caminhos vais ter, mas só tu podes escolher. Primeiro vais cair no errado para aprender e só. E vais ver que tens de conhecer, tens que fazer por ti para fazer acontecer. A vida são altos e baixos, vais ter momentos bons, mas também momentos trágicos. Não sejas igual a toda a gente, estás no caminho errado, toma um rumo diferente. Sobrevives nessa vida humilde, mas nem sempre é bom, porque nem toda a gente te vai dar a mão. Muitos até te querem ver no chão, mas acabarão sempre por te pedir perdão.
Tens de fazer por ti, não há ninguém que o faça. Não te deixes ficar por aqui, tens que ir na raça. Nunca baixes a cabeça, mete as mãos na massa. Muitos tentam se esconder, encara de frente a desgraça. Hoje tu estás bem, amanhã ficas sem. Não olhes para trás, olha sempre para o além. Sabes muito bem que a vida é um vai bem. Olhos bem abertos, nunca te iludas com ninguém. Às vezes fazem-se amigos, mas querem te fazer.
Okay, so just to give a small taste of what we are doing, and now to open our small presentation. So I will ask also Polly to help, but in general, we are talking about the process of the Second Chance School Matosinhos from a social initiative to become a public policy in Portugal. These are our data. We are an association, non-governmental organization, and we are still, even there is a process of becoming a public school, but we are still we are the promoters and the managing organization of the Second Chance School Matosinhos, which is located in Porto metropolitan area, North Portugal. And we work also with school certification, is said to mainly lower secondary education. These are our contacts. So to understand the second chance education in our country, we are also participating in this process. And really the second chance schools are part of the compensation measures that our country is implementing to address early leaving from education and training. And the second chance is somewhere in between the compulsory education, the vocational training, and the adult education. So we are part of these three fields, and so we are building our space somewhere between these three fields of education and others. And also, we are very much identified with this European framework that says that we need a policy to reduce early leaving. So we need an articulated framework of measures of prevention, intervention, and compensation. So the second chance schools are part of the compensation measures, but are articulated with the other measures of prevention and intervention. So the situation in the country has been evaluating, I never know this word, so it's developing for better. But still, we have one of the biggest rates of early leaving in Europe, as you see. We are still above the European target of 10%, even very close to this target. But so there are a lot of European countries much under the 10%, and even 10% is a lot of people. So 10% in our country means like 200,000 or even 300,000 young people, which is a lot. Then there is also this numbers, statistics from OECD that says that the situation of Portugal is also not famous in what concerns the percentage of young adults 25-34 without upper secondary education. So you see Portugal is the worst case in Europe together with Spain. And very far away of the OECD average. Then also our numbers of youth unemployment and risk of poverty are quite high. So the youth unemployment in Portugal is somewhere around 20%, sometimes more, sometimes less. Now we have again big numbers of youth unemployment. And also the poverty risk. So we are above the European average, 25%. So better than some countries, but even so, 25% of young people, of all our young people, are at risk of poverty. So how did we start this second chance school? So this goes back to 2005 when we established our association. And what was interesting was that somehow we find these mobility programs for youth exchanges, our door to second chance education. So we understood that there was this possibility to do exchanges in Europe. We organized few. with an artistic accent. Polly will tell you in a few moments about this. And we understood that in 1 week, so this youth exchange is used to last for 1 week. And we understand that in 1 week, gathering young people that don't know each other from different countries, we noticed very deep changes in the life of these young people. So our intention was to, our question was, if we manage to achieve so many transformation in these young people in 1 week, what would be if we could work in this way for the whole year? So this was a bit the intention of our project. So finally, in 2008, we managed to open the school. So there were 3 years from 2005 till 2008. There were conditions to be prepared. We had to convince our local authority, the City Hall of Matosinhos, also the Ministry of Education. We created this condition. We found a place, and we found the partners and the professionals that were able and willing to work with us. And finally, we opened the school in 2008. We target since the beginning, so young people from vulnerable contexts, and our aim was to facilitate their transition to a successful integration in new training schemes, employment, and citizenship. This is the focus of our school. So the target group, we don't work, so sometimes we have this representation that the young people drop out from the school, so early leavers are a bit all the same, and it's not true. They are very different. It's a very heterogeneous group, and there are many reasons to abandon the school, and we work in many of these fields, and also in the relevant areas of the life of the young people, like family integration, health, economic support, housing, drug abuse, justice, employment. So it's not just an educational project, it's a social educational project. This was a poster that we took to one event of CEDEFOP in Greece, and there are some characteristics, key characteristics of our provision. So the training is not the same for everyone. It's organized, so we have individual training plans. It's organized in flexible modules. A part of the training is in working context. We work very much with informal, non-formal education. But we also, most of our young people, the young people we work with, are integrated in school and professional certification programs. So we work with young people with very low qualifications, and the time they spend with us is also used to raise their school qualifications. And in average, we work for 1 year with each one of them, some more, some less. So we work in these 4 core areas: personal social development, artistic education, school certification, and vocational training. And now I give the word to Polly.
I'm the person connected with arts in our school, and actually when we talk about the role of arts in our Second Chance School, I would say that this was our pedagogical salvation. So arts save our souls, save the souls of the teachers, the staff, the artists, but also the students. Actually, the role of arts in our school is to offer a safe meeting point that can bring joy and beauty and sense in the life of the students, and also in the life of the teachers. So to have a perspective about the the characteristics of this target group, I insist to show the movie, because if you see their bodies, if you can see their faces, if you can see the non-verbal messages that they are sending to us, to the world, to themselves, we can understand in this way better with whom we are working with. And actually, during one school year, the students are passing through very different and very rich experience with art in our school. So at the first day, through some techniques of sensorial theater, we are trying to disorganize and to destroy their negative images about the school, about the learning process, about the role of a teacher. So usually they are coming to the school, and we transform the school to a stage installation, when we put all the teachers and the staff to perform different roles, not to be everything except teaching, everything except to be teachers. And here I would like to refer one fantastic saying of Bertolt Brecht, who was saying that all kind of theater is educational theater. So all the experience, all kind of experience with all kind of techniques we use in our school, as sensory theater, as forum theater, image theater, non-verbal communicative theater, till all the other arts, like in this picture you can see a fantastic wall in a school that was painted by our students. So we paint walls, we are doing creative writing, students are making rap and making recordings of poems and inventing poems. Luis was saying in the beginning, the words here in the movie are in Portuguese and they are not important, they are just poetic. I jumped immediately because exactly through the poetry, through the lyrics, through the beauty, we reconnect these people to the world. And it's everything else you can read here, and you will stay with the presentation. You can read the right terms and the good words we are saying about art. But the main thing that is happening through arts in our school is that we offer them joy, we offer them beauty, and we offer them relationship. We reconnect through arts in our school. At the end of every school year, we do one performance that actually organizes all the learning process in the school. So during 1 year, all the areas of the school are contributing to one purpose. And at the end of the school year, we would go to the stage at the same level, students, teachers, staff, and we would play one common performance that it's usually a symbol of our cooperative creative work.
Okay, thank you. So one picture of one of our performances. At the end of the performance, we speak with the audience. So we establish this communication between the stage and the audience. Another dimension of our work, I talked already, the international dimension of our work. We invest a lot in international mobilities and projects, but also we are members of international networks like the European Network or the Mediterranean Network. And this cooperation and this learning with other experiences is very important for us. This was the study of impact done by Catholic University in our school, and these are the words that the students value more in their experience, like family, learning, to like, opportunity, unforgettable, friendship, valorization, growth, and so on. So it's a very positive experience, and also this dimension of the memory. So one very interesting thing is that the students keep the connection with us. They keep coming to the school. When they have one child, they come to show their new child or the new boyfriend or girlfriend, or if they have some kind of need, they also come to us. So some of our success factors, so we are open doors center. So everyone can enter and live with no restriction. So the door is always open for everybody. We invest a lot in this holistic pedagogical approach. It's a high intensity, life-changing experience. So we try to give every day a very high intensive experience, work different levels of competencies, creative methods, interactive communication. The most important thing is this communication between everybody, the staff and the students. Informal, non-formal, effective space of security, so that the students feel secure, feel safe with us. It's a safe space. We try to be close to young people cultural experiences, so we use their music, their forms of art, of expression, and so on, the tools for communication. And we are also allied to regular systems of training. We are not enemies of the school, so we cooperate with the regular schools. Some of our results, so this is from last year, so now we are a bit more, so we attend more or less 800 young people along these 12 years, and the numbers are quite good because 62%, for instance, graduated in 6th and 9th grade certificates. Only around 15% don't complete the program, and also a good number of them follow to employment or continuing training. More boys than girls, and I was going to say another thing, but I forgot. Of course, these numbers we need to, we want to track, and now even we are obliged to follow up, to follow our young people the 2 years after they leave the school. So, and now very briefly, how this social initiative becomes a new policy in Portugal. So the main steps were the recognition. Here are some references, European and also national reports and studies and research that used our school, that refers our school, that validate the experience of our school, as I say, some. Then also the prizes, and for instance, this is an important prize we won in 2017, Manuel António da Mota, but there are also other recognitions and prizes even at European level. Then the second step is what we could call advocacy. So we, since 2015, we were involved with Dynamize, one campaign in favor of a public policy for REP, which means reducing early living in Portuguese, reduzir abandono precoce. So this, from this, in this campaign, we gather one group with the universities in our region, and we produce a policy paper with what we call RAP strategy, which was a proposal for a national strategy to address early living. Then the negotiation, there was a lot of negotiation with our authorities, local authorities, regional and national authorities. And finally, in June 2017, the government recognized the second chance, the experience of Second Chance School Matosinhos, and announced the intention to integrate the Second Chance schools in the public system of education. Fourth step is disseminating. So we were very active in communicating our experience to others, and also to support other experiences. And then we start a process of national meetings of initiatives and second chance schools. So we did the first in 2018, the second 2019, and the third last year. It was online. It was supposed to be in Lisbon. And now at this moment, we have also a network, and this network has already 4 second chance schools. This is an image of our second meeting in Valongo, national meeting with the Secretary of State in the first row. So our national network, it's called Edways of Portugal, and the mission of this network is to defend long-term policies, to enlarge the knowledge about the situation of young people, to reinforce access to second chance education provisions, to promote common actions, to promote cooperation and networking, innovation transfer, and to develop a common accreditation system for second chance schools. Finally, in 6 August 2019, we had a new law. So it's this despacho, the new laws, 6954/2019, which is the new legal framework of second chance schools in Portugal. It was a big achievement of our process of all these years, but not just ours, all the people that did this common adventure. So this is it. I think I didn't spend 30 minutes. These are our contacts, and we see the second chance schools as a new public policy in Portugal to reduce early leaving and to qualify young people. Our website, and also we have here some links. And the first link is one video that we produce in one European project with some other partners. So it's a video about second chance education in Europe, in some countries in Europe. This is the link for this European project that we coordinated. It was called TIP, Transferring Innovative Practices. And our website, in our website, there are a lot of links for press, newspapers, television reports, and so on and so on. I don't know if Polly wants to add something. We have still 3 minutes.
No, I think that the essential was set. The essential was set. It's absolutely inspiring, really, to be part of a process that started as an idea, but then with a big will and clear, persistent actions, we make all this road to the one real policy at that moment.
Mm-hmm. Just to say that this guy was one of our tough guys, very challenging guy, and is sitting very quietly on the floor, writing on the wall that the people transform the world, which is one of these miracles, many miracles that happen in our school. So thank you very much for your attention.
Maybe I will take the last minute just to say that, just to have a metaphorical image about the importance of this, the importance of our work. I would say that 2 years ago, we were doing some accounts, and if we collect all the young people, if we gather all the young people in Europe that are not in the learning or training process, or they are not working, all the early leavers, they could make one own country in Europe, because they are like 6 million. So let's imagine 6 million of young people that are early leavers. So now we have our goal in a metaphorical image.